Whoops. Sorry, guys. Hey, y'all, it's Kristen. Sorry I hit my phone thing and it messed up. Okay, today we're going to talk about something a little different. I know I have some subscribers who are beginners in all this junk journal craze. They're thinking about making junk journals, and this has been on my mind. I have a couple of tips actually, but one particular has been on my mind for a little bit, and I just thought I would share. I know that a lot of people are going to watch this video. They're already going to know all about this. This video is, like I said, for beginners. I want to talk about Etsy downloads, the digital downloads you use for your, in your junk journals. Not everyone uses digital downloads, but if you are thinking about using them, I have some advice, because I, in the beginning, many moons ago, made the mistake, this mistake I'm going to talk about, and I want to, keep you from doing that. All right, if you decide you want to use digitals over at Etsy, the very first thing you need to do, if you find something you like, read the terms of use, because not all Etsy sellers allow you to use their digitals in journals or in things that you're going to sell. And that's okay. That's their prerogative. They go through the trouble of making their art, and they can put all kinds of stipulations, whatever. They can ask you to do 3 cartwheels and write an essay before you use their stuff. That's, it's up to them. There's nothing wrong with that. But you need to read the terms of use, because, like I said, not every shop is the same. When I first started out a long time ago, the very first digital kit I bought, and I will not be naming shop names, so let's just get that out of the way. But the very first digital kit I bought, I was so excited that I had found digital images, period. And I bought a kit, and then I went back over and I was looking through her shop and looking at her other stuff, and I just happened to stumble across her terms of use. I didn't even know that they, back then I didn't even know there were what terms of use were as far when it came to these digital images. And so I started reading, and I quickly realized that I had just bought a kit I couldn't use, and it was so disappointing. But she required a commercial license in order for me to use it. And just for me personally, I don't buy commercial licenses. I'm not saying that that's wrong. Like I said, that's their prerogative. They go, that's their digital work. That's a lot of hard work. If they want to charge people, have you do a commercial license in order to sell, that's fine. It's just not for me, because there are too many Etsy sellers that do not require, there are too many Etsy sellers who are awesome who do not require, excuse me, a commercial license. So I, learned very quickly, and luckily learned before I actually used the kit. So that's the whole point of this video, is so you won't make that same mistake. Also, if the terms of use are murky or have a lot of gray area, I won't use it. If I read through the terms of use and I'm still unsure whether or not I can use their work, I'm not even going to bother with it. You can email the shop owner to find out, to be clear on what's going on. I'm just not, I just don't do that. Also, the other day, I found some awesome digitals, and I immediately went to the terms of use, and I was so disheartened, because not only did she require a commercial license, but if you were an Etsy seller, you couldn't use her stuff. And I don't know, that kind of turned me off. I'm sure there's a reason why she does that, but I don't know. I didn't really understand that one. So please, please pay attention to the terms of use, because, I mean, it is the Etsy sellers, those graphic designers, that's their right. You know, they put those terms of use there for a reason. They do not, they're trying to prevent abuse of their art. And I totally understand that. But I have, you know, there are certain things I'm okay with and certain things I'm like, well, you know, I'm not going to bother with. So, but that's just me. I said all that because what got me to thinking about this, and this is my other tip that I'm going to share. And I'm going to mention, I sound like I'm fangirling here, but I'm going to mention Nicole B again. I discovered her a couple of months ago, and I started watching, you know, she makes awesome journals. And I was watching, I mean, all of her journals. And one of the things, the very first video I watched, it was like a knock on the head, because I suddenly realized this style of journal is what I started out making. It's what I enjoy making. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not comparing my journals to hers. Her journals are freaking awesome. But the general style, it just, you know, I suddenly realized that's what I like to make. And this is my next tip. You can, when you start out making journals, you get on YouTube and you watch all these wonderful women making these awesome journals that are just, I mean, embellished and dressed to the nines. And I'm not knocking that. I wish that I could do that comfortably. And I can to a certain extent, but this is a hobby for me. And, you know, a hobby where every once in a while I make a couple of bucks, but for the most part, it's a hobby and I want it to be fun. And you get on YouTube and you watch all these videos and you start saying, ooh, I want to try that and I want to try that. And again, I'm not saying don't try new things. I'm saying don't lose yourself. Don't lose your style by trying to emulate everything you see online. And that was something I had to work through. You know, I had to realize, and by watching Nicole's videos, it suddenly dawned on me that, you know, I had lost my sense of style. I had lost what I love to do. So Nicole, thank you for that. And I don't know if I said this already, but I am not, you know, those women that make those journals that are, you know, so awesome and embellish and everything, I think they're fantastic. I mean, I think that they are super talented. It's just not my style as far as journal making. Not, you know, there's just, I want to have fun. That's my main thing. So that's what I'm saying. Just don't lose yourself. That was tip number 2. So back to Nicole. As I was watching her journals, I stumbled across a video where she was advertising her digital kits, and I was like, holy crap, she makes digitals. So I immediately ran over to Etsy. The very first thing I did was read her terms of use, which I found them in the item details. Like, you know, you look at what you're wanting to buy, and down in the item details is where I found hers. A lot of Etsy sellers are like that. And the very first sentence, and I'm going to read this to you because I loved it. It says, you may positively use these images in your projects for sale. And it was just like a breath of fresh air, because, you know, I have done this for a while, and I have read through so many shop policies and so many terms of use, and just all of this, you know, all these long terms of use, and sometimes I'm not sure what I can do with them. And that first sentence, I mean, I literally had to read it a couple of times. I was like, for real? Seriously? You know, because I just wanted to stand up and applaud, because I just loved it. And so Nicole, thank you for that. And now she does go on down to stipulate, you know, you can't mass produce, you can't make a whole, you know, print out a whole bunch and say it's yours and try to sell it. That's normal. You know, again, they're trying to prevent the abuse of their art. But that first sentence was just freaking amazing to me. So thank you, Nicole. And so that pretty much is all I have to say. Read the terms of use on your, if you decide to do the Etsy downloads, read the terms of use. And, go look at other people's journals. Get ideas, get inspiration. That's what it's all about. But at the same time, don't lose yourself. So if you're still with me, I really appreciate it. You guys have a good day, and thank you so much for watching.